Hello, hello. Yeah, I thought let's go live. Anyway, let me check. Hello, hello, hello. Um, is everything okay? Let me check if voice is my mic. We are working. Yes. How's it going? London time. Let me see if everything looks okay. Yes, yes, yes. Now, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. What time is it? 1:52. So we got the. Let me go into the 1 minute here. 1 minute. The 150 to 210 macro. We're gonna unmark it. We stopped out already. No, you're not gonna do that to me, are you? Okay. There you go. And 210. There we go. Okay. I always monitor this for London because for some reason it just gives me a lot of hey, no, I'm just yeah, I am yeah, I do think we are going to go into this fair value gap, yes. But I'm good morning to you. How are you doing? Cyprus in the house. Hey, Cyprus. You see, we've got nice weather as well. Yeah, we might go a little bit high. I don't think we're going to go much high. I do believe we're going to draw down into this fair value gap here, but it might not be in this macro. Just I'm going to watch. I already entered. It's a little bit. I have to adjust my. Let's see. So the 150 macro already started. So now we're already going up. So I think it's invalidated already because we're above the first presented fair value gap of midnight. So I'm going to get out. Yeah. It might still run, but I just wanted to see it go below this first presented, but you see how it's reacting here. This was a retest. Boom, that is a retest for a long entry almost. You see how you got the wick boom into this first presented, and then it gave a it's like a mini market maker, like breaker, retest of the breaker, right over here, and then boom, you get the expansion to the upside. But these moves are very short-lived, so I'm not really interested. I'm more interested in the move to the downside when we go to this in this direction. So did you see that exactly this wick? That would really invalidate your short straight away if you would still be in. It could still go down, but it's sort of like a little bit fickle. Midnight here. Let's see if what's it going to do. I wanted to go here. Ooh, are you still going? That's okay. Well, no, I don't trust it at all. I don't trust it at all at the moment. Look, we've got a gap here as well. You see this little gap here? So it's just, we've got midnight, a gap. We're bouncing above the first presented. So I'm just gonna let this macro just play out to see what information it gives me. And that will give us more information for the rest of London session. Let me see what the other one did. The 150, the 052. We have a turn here. 52.10. Okay. Now, a lot of the times, what I notice in this macro, when we have a first presented of the previous day afternoon session, I have been monitoring it for a while, and there was a time that it always went back if this is in vicinity, and I actually have this area marked out. I wonder if it's going to go back into this area here during this macro. Let's see. I'm still in a testing phase of this macro because I'm trying to build a model around it. Oh, it's hot. I'm thinking I have to change. It was a little bit cold this morning, but now I'm sweating like hell. It's a little bit too hot having long sleeves on, I guess. Well, I've got the fan on. Let me know, guys, if the fan is bothering anyone, if it's noisy. Um, so today, I think I'll do a longer stream because it's a Veterans Day into pre-market, because I don't, the volume will be low. I know the market is open, but I think a lot of people will be just doing elder stuff, which, I mean, it's a holiday, you know, just enjoy life. And then, there is a market, but I guess because it's low volume, it just, it's low probability, I guess. So I think it's just better to do a little bit of a longer London stream into pre-market, and then just, we do tomorrow is all back to normal. So that's the idea for today. Let's see if we can frame a nice picture. Yeah, so let's see what happens. I think it's just going to consolidate now again, and then maybe we'll get a move later. Let's get into gold. And I do want to go over something that I noticed yesterday, which is quite interesting when I was journaling this morning on NQ. But we'll do that. Let's quickly look at gold first. Yeah. Okay, gold yesterday. Look at that. 0.51. Where is the end of Monday? Exactly here. 2, 4. Okay, so we are now, okay, gold has created an equal high here. So 4155 now is equal, so I guess that's going to be taken out anytime soon. 4155, so that's here. We are here right now. It's relatively equal. Okay, I prefer to be on the 4 hour. You know why? Why I'm looking at the 4 hour? If this 4 hour has created this relatively equal, I do think we're going to take this out when the next 4 hour candle starts, or maybe a little bit later when it starts. But I just want to see what time it created that equal. Let me just go to the 15. 4155. Okay, so that was created in Asia. Okay, that's nice. So we're still in. It's 2. We have the new 4 hour candle now. Oh, it's already 2 o'clock. Time flies, guys. Hey, Jordy. Yeah, yeah. you saw it. Yes, coffee. Yes, exactly. Wasn't it? It was amazing. I saw that as well. Yes, exactly 770. I noticed something very interesting on NQ. I'll go over it in a bit. Considering if you measure the manipulation move and then the move afterwards, but I'll get into that. I was just thinking, gold here created an relatively equal in Asia. So this is a very interesting area now for the next 4 hour candle, which we are now creating. So but I think we're going to get some manipulation as well here on gold for now. Quickly back to NQ. So Jordy, I'm trying to build a model around the 150 to 210 macro. Still in progress. I want everything, I want all my trades to be as mechanical as possible, just all data based and just no stress free. So are we going to go down into that gap? What do you do? Oh shit, it's on the wrong screen. I'm sorry, guys. Okay. Yeah, I'm anticipating it to go lower. But when this macro, hey Navid, yeah. If this macro gives a consolidation, we'll get a nice move afterwards. We don't mind that. But I do think we are going to go lower on NQ and higher on gold. Let me just see. Now, sometimes what you can see in macros is that you can divide it in half, right? The first part of the macro is consolidation, and the second part, you get the run. So if you see consolidation here, and what time is it now? 2 past 2. If it starts running, it should start running now. And then you might get some nice move to the downside. I'm not in it anymore, but so don't give up on a macro when it's just consolidating. You just watch the time. What time did we get? 150, 148. Yeah. So we could have the last part of the macro just like a nice move to the downside. I do believe that I had some I had a TP somewhere here, 620 in this area here. We've got a flat bottom. Everyone knows this is one of my favorite PD array. It's not a PD array, but I just like this. This is like well, I like the wicks if they're bigger, larger, but let's see. Yes, nice. I've got my iced coffee. So what I do in the morning now, I make my coffee and I put it in the freezer, and then I take it out, and that is it's such a different taste, and I really enjoy that, to be honest. No. Well, it will be for both, Jordy, but I'm testing it on NQ. Mm. So the only confusion that I have currently is that I was monitoring the 150 to 210 this macro, but it was when we had before daylight saving. So I started noticing a pattern that, especially when the first presented fair value gap of the PM session was around. So when I made the video, I went back 2 weeks, and almost every day it was sort of like it was either continuation or it was a sometimes it gave the consolidation, and sometimes it really gave the manipulation move, and it was very clear. But it was all the time when I was doing that video, I thought, oh my god, it's always the 130. But I think it's like a cycle, right? And so I made the video going back almost 2 to 3 weeks, but then afterwards I didn't see this first presented fair value gap around this time for a long time. So I was like, okay, that's odd. But now again, we're in a cycle that this is around, and then this can be clear. That's why I'm monitoring now if in this run now we are going to tap into this. It doesn't hit my TP yet because my TP is here, but I just wanted to see if we're going to go down now into this model. Let's see, into this fair value gap. Yeah, first presented. And if it does it during this, but let's see. Now on NQ, we've got Asia high and low below us, right? I don't know. Can we consider this Asia high a low? Here we go. You see on the 5 minute, you've got a beautiful flat bottom. Oh, there we go. That's what I want to show you guys. Yeah. Here we go. Into the flatty, boom. You see? You've got a flat bottom here and a gap, and this one is overlapping it, so that gives you very high confidence that the trade will get into that 665. Now, did you see on the 5 minute, that first percentage fair value gap is here, right? And that gap. And the 1 minute is here. So the only thing that you have to think about in this model, I think we will get into that 665 level in this model, and then later on it most likely will drive a little bit further down. But let's see if it makes it this one. So, hey Stephen, how are you? So for me, all those first percent fair value gaps are like a roadmap. They go from one to each other, just like the N walks do the same, right? So if I mark if I'm building this model now and I see, okay, we have midnight here, we reject, we are below the first percent of midnight. And then we have another one, and especially in these macros, this was, I mean, I made a video, I have it on tracking the 150, the London macro 150 to 210. But I'll redo it because obviously there's more data now. And it's not always those situations, but it was just those 2 weeks that I went back. It was just, I was, oh my God, I figured it out, and I've got it now. But it was just, I guess a cycle. So there's more if and then around it. So it's not as easy, I guess, as I thought it would be. But anyway, Stephen, I played very shortly today. I look at per session. So right now for the session, I would say per macro, I'm looking for a short, as you can see here. And Q will be, gold will be a long. I won't do any New York session. I'm just going to do a longer London session. So I don't want to say anything about the New York session. Well, I noticed that when I started doing the London session, there was always a large run already in pre-market. So that's why I started tracking it. Exactly. Everybody's looking at that one, but I thought, hey, there is already a move. And if not, it gives you a lot of data. So that's why I got intrigued by it, being nerd. I thought, oh, there has already been quite a move already. So let me look into that. Okay, so let's on the 5 minute we bumped into this one right here. Boom, here. So I do believe on NQ we're going all the way to this level here. This is my draw on liquidity, so I will enter, but I was just more like getting started, talking to everyone, and yeah. So quickly, gold. We're just getting started, Stephen. So just going over some potential trades before really getting in. I need my iced coffee first, and yeah. Now, what was I saying about gold? I can't remember. Was I long? Did I really say long? Oh yeah, I did say long. Why? Equal highs here, and we I think it's also the 2.5 because I measured here the manipulation move. We've got 2.5 here. We are talking about ping pong. So on Monday and Tuesday, I call it ping pong Monday, Tuesday. If we're ranging or making a move, if you're above a N-walk and you have an event horizon above you, and obviously you have another, and you see equal highs here, and also 2.5 standard deviation, there's a high probability that we might just retest something just in the beginning of the N walk and then go higher, because it's on a mission, right? If you have a displacement candle out of the N walk, and this is here, and you have equal highs above here, it's highly probable it will continue to move. And that's why I was looking for the new 4-hour candle, and which we just started, which I obviously will get a manipulation move to the downside a little bit, and then I am aiming for this area here on gold. So I'm sort of like waiting for entry on that one as well. So that was gold. Yeah, I love the 4-hour candle when they start. They give so much clarity. Oh yes, and Q. and Q. Everybody knows I like big wicks. we have one here, and I do believe we are driving into this wick, and then we might go one of these levels here. But this will be I think this will be a first stop here, and then we drive into this one here. So, Stephen, for now it was only NQ for 3 years. It was just me and NQ, and now it's gold as well. So that's it for now. I used to do stocks and other things, but I just don't. I just want to overcomplicate things. What about you? So it's mainly NQ and gold, and I love the simplicity of just having two charts to look at, but also journal, because it takes a lot of time if you journal properly and do a lot of I really study the charts, to be honest. So I'm really happy just to have one or two. I think it's already hard work for me now doing gold as well, because it's more actually forward testing, but also more preparation, looking into it. And before it was only NQ. So, so I'm going to leave it at those two for now. I do want to add maybe oil, because I think there's a lot of opportunity there as well. You can seize the moment, I guess, right? So, yeah. So I want to go over the SMT on NQ yesterday, which was a beautiful move, because I didn't notice it, and I was a little bit annoyed with that. Is that this SMT here, and then it was a very valid SMT, but you still had this candle here, and then the move came. Now what did I miss? Hold on. What did I want to tell? 1 hour? No, that wasn't it. Was there another SMT? No, I believe this was the SMT, and then yeah. So oh, I do actually. Yes. Actually, Jordi, I wanted to ask you. Yesterday's SMT, there was no SMT directly with this candle, but there was SMT here, and the minimum SMT that I use for larger distribution moves is 15 minutes, but could you have like an extended, like if you have an SMT here, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-minute candles before the move comes, and similar on the 15, there's one extra 15-minute in between before the actual move. For me, that is a little bit new to see, and I guess I might have watched it and I didn't see it as a valid SMT maybe, but it was a good move though. Okay. Yeah, so Stephen, normally I do not enter any, I'm a distribution trader, I don't enter distribution moves without SMT. Okay, here we go. Here we go. So I think we're going into this wick now. Look, this is the entry for the short, 130. Just right here. We're going right here, and then we're going into this wick here. So we're short. This area now, I believe we are going to go deeper into this wick here. My beautiful long wick. Yeah. What time is it? What, 2:17. So you see this first presented fair value gap matches exactly with this little gap here on the 1 hour. So I do think we're going to hold here. I might get a little bit of a retracement, right? Yes, of course you can ask. I do both. So I have a live account, I have a evaluation account, I've got a funded account, and I do a lot of paper trading here as well. I'm not ashamed of that because especially when I wake up, my first trade, I always say, okay, I'm just going to put a paper trade on. I'm still on my coffee. I want to see if I feel the market. And for me, paper trades, I use them to improve my executions because yeah, I'm sort of like really morphing into very large moves, and actually I need to practice more scalping. So I do that a lot of on paper trading now because I try to tend not to have trades under 20 points on NQ. Mostly they are above that because I got used to that. But yeah, I do everything. Um, and with the prop firms, I currently only use Funded Next. I really like them. How about you? Guys, there is no shame in paper trading. Let me tell you that. If people tell you there is shame in that, they can f off. Really, there is no shame in that. If I'm having a bad day or something, or if I already had 3 losses, I go back into paper trading until I feel comfortable again. Oh, you do top step. Oh, okay, Pablo. Hey, Pablo. How are you doing? How are you doing? Okay, good for you. I love to hear that. No, Stephen, I really I salute that. Really, if you're in the early stages, you don't want to lose money. You want to paper trade, build a model, and get confident. Because you will lose money. Don't worry about that anyway. But you want to limit the losses, right? And yeah, and then slowly you go into. Yes, well, no, I'm awake already. Hey, MJ, I wake up at 4 a.m. and what time is it now here? Where's my phone? It's 9:21, so I'm already up 5 hours. And yeah, streaming. So I'm always happy when I go back up behind my behind the desk. Who's in a short already on NQ? So I do believe we are going into. I'll show you. I'll show you. I love these wicks. We made a large wick yesterday, right? That moved down. So the question is, how deep are we going to go in this wick, which will be a rejection block before we go back up. So now this is a point that I have that I do see as a point of, I do believe we're going to stop here before we are going in further into the wick, but we'll see. I might be off here. and we have a little gap here, exactly in the first. So if you're on the short, you see this gap here on the 4-hour. It's exactly the midpoint of this first presented fair value gap. So I think I'm bearish for the session for NQ. I think that's clear, right? Yeah. We can calculate the OTE move as well. Hey, I'm still refining it, to be honest. So I studied ICT. I started studying ICT 3 years ago. I think I became profitable after. It was a little bit over a year after, but it was like it goes in phases. You have like a phase that you start making some money, and then suddenly it stopped a few months, and then again you have like a, uh, and then it becomes more and more regular. Um, and and for so during those 3 years you are it's not like you it's like one click and everything is there. It's sort of like step by step again, and then you realize you got some more knowledge, and then you add some things. And I also had some oh, thank you, Powell, for subscribing. So I think it comes it's not like a one moment that clicks. It's like a onward growth thing that goes on. And for example, now um, because I am doing larger moves, I had a very large move on NQ on Friday, but because when you get better in one thing, you get a new thing you have to work on. So for example, now, because I have, very large moves, I notice that my trailing stops. How I do that, it's not actually, I trail too fast. So sometimes I get stopped out. It's still in profit, but it's not, instead of my 5-hour trade, it becomes a 3-hour trade. So that's something now I have to work on. So it's like I think you're never really done, especially if you're just 6 years. I think I'm still a baby technically when you're just 6 years in, right? So I think it starts with having one model, focus on that, and then you learn from different people, but you mold it into your own thing, what you feel comfortable with, and then you start working on that. But hey, I started this channel also to help other people speed up their learning curve with things that I already maybe know, and something might appeal to you, some not. So that's maybe the point of also this community, and I think already it's really starting to get nice shape with like-minded people. We've got some awesome traders here, really. Hey, Stephen, how old are you, if I may ask? Yes. Well, I've studied the core content twice, but I also had some other mentors I listened to, and I took some, and I'm very time-based. I add a lot of time elements in my trading. But hey, you've got to do the studying yourself. That's part of getting. But if you have a nice community where people, point you in the right direction, I do believe you can speed up in the way how I've done it, because everything is already out there. We know the videos of ICT, which come get to the chase. You know what I mean? So yeah, there you go. I thought you're 20. You listen. We've got Casey here. He's even younger than you are, and we've got some really young traders here. S&C Charter is really young as well, and they are I don't know how long S&C Charter is in, but they are already they're trading very well already. Casey, are you in here? I don't know, but Casey's very young and he's doing very, very well already. So, hey, Stephen, listen, in 1 year, you most likely already will be profitable. You guys learn very fast. And you have not been infected with the retail logic like I have. So I had like 3 years retail BS in my brain. And so, you know, like all the older ones, we you know, so you'll be fine. Don't worry. And yeah, and we need to hook you up with Casey, and you guys can, you know, yeah, I think that's will be helpful. But see, we're going into this first presented fair value gap. So it's all, you know, I use very simple things, guys. It's just, so first presented fair value gap of every session. So that means not only the 9:30 to 10, but also the one in Asia, the one after midnight, the one in London, and also then the one, this is the afternoon session one, that was printed after 1:30. Now, why is this? Let's go to the 5 minute. Obviously, it's a different one. No, we have to look at the 3 minutes, I think now. Okay, well, it has been used here already, but on the 1 minute you can see. I need a bigger screen. The only thing I want to show is that it has not been mitigated yet on the 1 minute, right? Here it has. So if you look here, for example, so at 1:30, 1:31, this one prints, right? And then you have like wicks into it, just a little bit of a body, and then nothing. So it is highly probable that then we will, in London, we'll start using this one again as a retest. So if we go to the higher time frame, let's go to the 15. Where are we? Okay, well, on the 15 minute there is none. But what do you have here? You have a breaker here. Okay, this is interesting. What I'm seeing right now. So if I look right now here, right, we consider this a breaker here. This is this way. You got a low, a high, and a lower low. So, but we take the top one. We just disregard this one here. We just take the top one with the wicks, right? So if I said, I think we're going to go into this wick, but if I look at the 15-minute chart here, the question is, are we retesting this break and going back up, or are we going to go deeper into the, so I had this on this chart here on the 4 hour, I had this marked here, which is still in the breaker. So this is important to watch now. If we are actually going disrespect this area to go down into this wick. So I'm just going to watch. I'm going to leave this here. I'm going to mark this. I'm just going to go into, let's make it a 5 minute. I want to have the 5 minute breaker. Yeah, I'm just going to make it 5. It's a little. I want to see a high. Did we take out liquidity? Yeah, here. Okay, I'm just going to mark this one here. I'm going to make this a 5 minute breaker. Um, So normally with the breaker, you want to see a retest like here and out of it, but now we're already getting back into it, right? So for me, normally a breaker retest will be we go back into the range, we retest the breaker, and then we go out. But here we're going back into it. So it is now more probable that we're going to disrespect the breaker, but we have to watch because it could still sometimes step twice into it, but that's normal. That's not what you want to see. A retest should be back into the breaker, out of it, and that's your trampoline, right? But I have marked. Let's go back to the 3 minute. So, Stephen, are you from the US? But you'll be fine. Don't worry. But you know, I think you have the good attitude. Like, hey, I've got a long road ahead. I need to learn, um, and um, and you know, everything what ICT offers is free. So you should not pay anyone for ICT content. Yes, there are people that maybe have built something or have, you know, to or implement have build their own model, and obviously that's fine if they charge something for it. But technically, everything that ICT offers is free, and that should be the case. I believe because he gives it for free, so we should pass it on for free as well. So, hey, and ICT is how smart money books. It's the logic. Um, so yeah. So you see how we do respect the breaker here a little bit. But let's see. We still have a little gap here. That is exactly here. So let's see if in a macro we are going to most likely touch down. What time is it? 2:34. So maybe in the next macro, then you know we go again down. So that's why I'm not in a rush. Um, it's gonna take its time, and then it goes into here. So I marked this macro, right? So for me also it's very important to see if this if we go over this one again, that would sort of invalidate maybe the long. That would be a little bit weird if we have like a start of a move to the downside with this macro. So I'm hoping it touches it just only. I don't mind if it taps into this one here and then goes back down. 235, yeah. Let's quickly have a look at gold. Hey, Pavel. Hello, hello from Barcelona. Welcome. Thank you. I love it that you introduce yourself. Um, we've got people from everywhere in the world. Um, Pavel, what are you trading? Are you an ICT trader? Do you use a different concept? Are you trading NQ or gold or something else? You know, I love. I mean, guys, in all honesty, it is such a nice. This chat has been just. I cannot express myself enough how what a nice bunch of people come in every day, and I've got so much fun. Sometimes I even forget to trade because I'm just talking too much. So you guys need to tell me, okay, get back to the charts. But for me, being I'm literally an introvert actually. But ¿cómo estás? Hey, Jordi speaks Spanish too. That's amazing, guys. Okay, look at that gold now. So let's see how far what the 4-hour candle is going to do. We'll stick to NQ for now. So how is it in Barcelona currently, Pavel? How's the weather? I used to love Barcelona. When I lived in the Netherlands, we went a lot. We went many times to Barcelona. Oof. I never had a lot of sleep when I went to Barcelona. It was always I came back like exhausted. There's so much to do there. I was still in my younger years partying, but also culturally, it was very interesting. So we didn't have time to sleep. There was just too much to do and a lot of eating and yeah, very exciting. Very nice city. So you see, like this macro tells me, gives me some guidance. Like, okay, if it's already started a downward movement, if we're going to continue to the downside. So Steve, I'm from the Netherlands originally, but I live in South Africa now. Yes, I consider this my home. This is my home now. Yes, I don't think I will go back to Europe. Like, you see the sun behind me. You see the trees behind me. Sometimes there are monkeys here. You'll see those sometimes. Yeah. I share my rooftop with the monkeys, by the way. Yeah. It's not my rooftop. I'm allowed to use it sometimes. Now, yeah, there's a lot of nature here. It's really, South Africa, it has its issues, but I think South Africa is one of the most beautiful countries in the world. We've got beach, we've got bush, we've got mountains here. If you want, you can go to cold areas. I try to avoid those though, but I try to do the subtropical, and I go in the winter where the temperature is a little bit better than other places. But hey, you're a gold trader, Pavel. Refocus on Q. I opened 5 accounts and now I'm working on in futures. Good for you. So I've been doing it the opposite way, Pavel. So I've been trading NQ for 3 years and I just added gold 2 weeks ago. But I'll tell you one thing. All my models that I use on NQ worked on gold as well, as far as I could see. And last week it was in a higher time frame consolidation, so I didn't trade gold. But the week before, I loved it. I was like, oh my god, it's very clean, and I think they go very well. If you trade one, it's not as hard to. You just have to get. It's a little bit different here and there, but it just they are. Yeah, for me, it's just I can apply all my logic similarly to gold as NQ. So I don't see it as uh, um, um, a lot of difference in the sense of it's just a different chart. Okay, nice. You begin to see profits after a year of losses. Hey, you know, um, I can't remember who. I think it was someone told me in the chat 1 or 2 weeks ago, like, hey, I'm so long already in break even, and the moment he said that, I was like, I can remember that phase, the break even phase, that your P&L is not moving, and you get really, it's like it just keeps on, nothing is happening, nothing is happening, and but actually you are growing, and you're not losing money. So being in the break even phase, actually really good phase. It's just a little bit frustrating that you're not making money, but you're also not losing it, but you are actually growing. But I remember that also, that like, why is nothing happening? But that's the moment you're really really close, and it's just one or two pieces of the puzzle that you still need to to add to get to that stage to get money out of your either your live account or your POC firm, right? Because it's not easy. I mean, let's be honest. Um, you know, but once you start getting the what is it? It's not logic. I don't know what it's just. Um, yeah, it's just like a puzzle piece that everything clicks together, and you can make it to that point, right? Um, you study volume, SVP. What's SVP? Yeah, opening range. Well, I use the opening range gap a lot. I think the orb is just the opening range when the market opens from 9:30 to 10 or something. You use that. Is that the or when you talk orb? Is that 9:30 to 10? Or the 15-minute? Um, let me put my opening range gaps on so I can show. I want to see if the levels are applicable now. Actually, hold on. Let me just go. Even though they're filled, the levels are still valid. The gradients. Hold on. Now, this was yesterday's opening range gap. Let me show. Let me go to the 5-minute. And just to show you what I actually mean. Was it yesterday's? No. Oh yeah, it was yesterday's. Yes. Okay. Yesterday's Thursday. No, it's Thursday. Okay. Well, this is a very good example, actually. Um, this is a perfect example here. So this is Thursday's opening range gap. So Thursday it went all the way. It opened up, right, and we went down, and then Monday. So yesterday we went into it. Yeah. And just look at the levels again. Like, so why are these levels? Look how exact these levels are being respected. The quarter levels. I also use 1/3, by the way. I'll show you guys. Mm. Okay, we don't need them in this case. But do you see, if you keep these levels on your chart, that you can really see it rejects exactly from the quarter here, goes down, we go up above it here, and then again. And now you can see we're leaving the range, right? So here you tap into it, get another grab of liquidity, then we go down, and now you can see this wick is lower than the quarter, and then we start dripping down to the downside. So for me, this is extra confirmation. So sometimes I keep those old levels off. How do I ban? Well, that was the question when I was actually how I balance with you. How do you balance with your in your daily life? Um, so I moved to South Africa to find to be close to nature. I used to do conservation work, so I would trade in the evening here, and then I would do conservation and voluntary work at daytime when I used to live in the other area. Um, so that was for me already. I didn't do any YouTube at that point, so and then I moved to this area here in KwaZulu-Natal. So I'm not in the bush at the moment, but in a beach town. And then I was a prop firm approached me and they said, "Would you like to work for us?" And I said, "Well, what does it mean?" "Yeah, well, you have to go on YouTube with other coaches and you become a trading coach." And I had to do a few tests. They wanted to see how I traded and if I fitted in there. So everything was okay. So they liked how I traded and it was good enough. So we started a collaboration. And I really enjoyed. So that was the first time I went live on YouTube for them, for that prop firm with other coaches. But that eventually didn't work out because I got a little bit annoyed with things I wasn't allowed to say. I had to have a black screen and things like that. So and then the lady that hired me, she said, "You know what? You have to go solo. You have to start a YouTube channel." So that's how I got into a YouTube channel. Not because I was like, "Oh my God, I need a job or I need to do something," but and I was like, I really enjoyed the going live and with the other coaches and talking to people and helping people um, in just in the trading community. But so I don't think I have this issue right now with life, the balance, because I found it already by moving to South Africa. But the only thing is that I have to live off my trading because I cannot make money here as a non-South African. But because of I managed to find the life. I'm near nature. I have wildlife reserves also here nearby. I've got a lot of trees, beach, forest around me. So that is how I balance it. But this, what I'm doing right now, is not. I don't consider that any. It's not stressful for me, or not. Doesn't, hurt me like I used to be. Like, oh my God, just being in the rat race and stuff like that. But I guess I think I managed to find that balance by just moving to here. And it's not always as easy as I got scammed here. I'm still in a lawsuit. It's just but still my quality of life is still much better than I guess where I came from. So, but it's just and you change, Steve. And once you get older, you have phases in your life, right? I used to be, I loved the big city, and I used to, party a lot. But now, hell no, I'm staying away from that. So you go through phases. And for me, it's living in near nature and having a lot of animals around me. That makes me happy. And being part of contributing to conservation is also one of my passions. Yeah. So, are you asking it because you are struggling with it, if I may ask? I totally understand what you're saying. Don't worry, I get it. Um, but I do. I think life in the Western society. I mean, it's all about you're just literally living to pay your bills. It's a rat race, and it's hard sometimes. So that's why it's also part of what I want to do uh, um, is especially help also maybe especially females or males in areas that are less fortunate from where I came from, to So, hey guys, we're entering. I just want to. I don't know if anyone's in the short, so we're entering in the breaker. I just want to watch now. I'm bearish, but there's a little gap here, right over here. We touched it. So I just want to see if we are going through this breaker and then we might go lower into this area. We are in the new macro. So I do believe we're going to we're gonna go down. But I just want to see how we react here because we're in the macro now. What's been the hardest part of the journey? You mean life in general or life of the trading journal, trading journey? Because there's a difference. I can be very open about it. I don't mind. Trading journey. So the trading journey, the hard thing about that is that there is literally no one in my family or friends that actually had any confidence in me when I said I'm doing. They just, they really, until I started working for the prop firm, I said, I put it on my LinkedIn, and it was like, okay, but you, as a trader, that's why this community is so important, or having the community. I don't know if you guys can relate to that, but if your friends and family don't trade, they do not understand what it is, and they just think it's a gamble, it's a scam, whatever. Um, so, but also for me, when I was dating, and I would say that I'm a trader, they thought I was a scammer. Really, I was just, it's like, are you going to ask me for my money? I said, no, I don't need your money. I was like, there's such a negative vibe around it. That's crazy. So I just at some point I just didn't even talk about it. So I guess I'm okay being by myself and doing my thing. Yes, I just want to look at the. Hold on, just 1 second. Okay, so once we go below this, I haven't entered yet because we're still sort of like we're trickling down, right? But for me, if it's going to be a short to the downside, I would like to have a short entry on NQ because I think it's going to be a nice move. So that's what I'm this. So Jordy, this is why I use this. I gouge this area because it gives me a lot of information for the move later on in London. So now the 250 move, right? If you observe what the 150 to 210 has been doing, we're going to get most likely continuation, right, from this one here. Yeah. So hey, listen. Trading is a lonely business. If you so it's important to have a community. You're not being taken seriously by people that are around you if they don't know what it means because they all think it's just a gamble. And until they see that you're doing well, but they always like very what how come how does it work? And um, so yeah, but at some point you just don't give a shit anymore. You really don't. And then yeah. I have people that know about my YouTube but they just, I guess it's also maybe jealousy a little bit. Once you start doing well, a lot of people don't really, they pretend to be happy for you, but I just noticed they're not really happy. So I think that was that is the hardest thing maybe. So then I think I lost a few people because of it, actually. Yeah. Um, it's a lot of negativity, and at some point you have to choose, like, do I want that negativity around me? Um, so I don't know if people can relate to that, but so if you have a partner that is very supportive, hey, keep him or her, because um, that's really I don't think it's hard to find, but if you have it, it's very precious, and if they are willing to sit through the But it's the same with crypto, for example. There are always people that use those things maybe in a bad way. And I don't know. It's just people also don't really do their they don't really do their investigation. They have no idea what they're talking about, and it's just ignorance, I guess. And but hey, listen, if you want to be if you want to break out of mediocrity, you have to think a little bit differently, right? So, and I still have people like, hey, why did you move to South Africa? And I said, yeah, why not? Answer me this, why not? And why would you do that? I said, well, why not? Yeah. So now we're in the breaker and we are consolidating again around that first presented fair value gap. So that's why I'm not in a short, because I don't like to have those slow moves to the downside. Even though we're going down, it is just not the price action that I like to be in, if that makes sense. Even though I believe we're going to the downside, but let's see if we are not going to take out this liquidity here and tap into this area here before we go down. MJ, now it hit the 4-hour volume imbalance. Are we in a 4-hour volume imbalance? Is the same one as yesterday? Yes, yeah, that's that little the little gap. Yes, yes, here. But look at this 4-hour here. It looks like we're just going to. It looks like we're going to expand to the downside, right? I do think that we are going to go to 576. That's doable. This area here. Oh, this was yesterday's. Remember this volume imbalance, MJ? Were you here yesterday? This volume imbalance yesterday might be in play again today. That was here. It's exactly at this level that I just. Okay, 3 o'clock, guys. Playtime. Let's see. Now I'm getting interested. Hey, SMC Charter. I was just talking about you. Steven is new here and he's only 20 years old and he just started. So I said, hey, I've got some young, other young traders here who are already very, know the trading really well and their trading identity. And I was actually referring to you because you're very young as well, right? Oh, thank you for subscribing, Steven. Welcome to the family, I would say. Okay, now let's see. Are you in a long, MJ? I'm doing great, SMC Charter. I'm doing great, Kira. Getting old now. Yeah, look, we've got all this engineered liquidity here. Let's see if we take it out, but I do not want it to go over. I do not want it to go over midnight. Let's see. So young, so innocent, as by the vision. Yes, exactly. Are you thinking the same, Jordy? Like, oh my God, there's still those untouched souls, and they're not rotten yet, right? Jordy, how old are you, if I may ask? Okay, let's quickly have a look at gold. Oh, look at gold is already. Are we going to go up already? Did we take out liquidity on the 4 hour? No, not yet. Okay, well, a little bit. I'm a little bit older than that. Oh, you're just 30 is really young. Now I'm already in my 40s. I grew up with Madonna. I've got a lot of wisdom, I guess. I can be your I can be your mommy. Hey Norman. So I started 6 years ago. Um, yeah, I think so. Well, you know what I do? I add collagen powder in my coffee. I think that really works. And I've always been. People always thought I was younger. I guess it's because I don't know why, but I put collagen in my coffee, and I haven't had a facelift though. But if it's necessary, I'll do that. I don't care. Maybe just a little bit. But no, just I think collagen because when you get older, you lose collagen, and I think that really helps. I think that really make my hair grow, and everything is just. So hey, everybody, men and women above your 30, start putting collagen powder in your coffee or whatever you do. Yeah. It's just how you feel, right? It doesn't really matter age. Just be young at heart. And Jordy, it's a light thing as well, right? We can do a lot with lights. Time for coffee. Yes, iced coffee. So Jordy also 10 years, 6 years institutional. Wow. Hey, we've got some, I'm telling you, we've got some really, I mean, um, the level of expertise here is really, we've got people of all levels here, and I just love it that we can talk about charts and stuff like that. It's just amazing. Hey, I'm bearish, but the move, when it just goes up, yes, even though it's going up now, are you bullish? Really? Well, I'm waiting for the move to go up to go down. Let me put it that way. So I'm just waiting for this area to be taken so some liquidity is grabbed in the macro, um, but I'm still bearish for the session. Let me see if there's SMT, by the way. Well, if there's SMT, I'm not. But when SM, sorry, Noman. I was actually answering your question, by the way. So I started 6 years ago, but 3 years ago I found ICT, and that's where things started to became really started changing. That I started really understanding the markets, and I was like, okay, now I understand what I'm doing, and that's where I started really grow from there on, and I added more time-based elements. Yeah, so literally, if you skip the retail BS and other things, it's 3 years, and all together it's 6 years. Yeah. Um, I don't know. Collagen powder. No, but I think you are maybe confusing collagen with creatine, because I don't think the collagen it doesn't have any side effects. Um, So I don't think collagen has any side effects, but I think creatine has. I think maybe you're confusing it with creatine. But collagen is just innocent. Um, oh, you're talking about the whole week. Okay, gotcha. Okay. I gotcha. Matcha tea. I tried it once, but I don't think I like it. But I think I haven't had the like. Hey, Kira, if you say you're bullish, I start to doubt myself. Like, am I missing something? S&P's bearish on the week. Potential rate cut ahead. Yeah. I love creatine. Helps a lot with the gym. Yeah. Hey, yeah. Supplements are good. You know. So, but I need to go back to the gym as well to do some. Yeah, because just walking on the beach, it just when you get older, you really have to take different care. You have to build muscles, right? Because it also keeps your metabolism more active. Just losing weight or is not good enough. So, but I have to go back to the gym. Yes, we have to, and that's something that I also like about trading communities. You can really tell that the traders that are really into trading are also into, if you understand that it all works together, right? Your mind, your body, you have to keep yourself healthy. Um, so, and I started noticing that all the good traders that I was listening to, like, oh, they're really into health, fitness, eating healthy. They enjoy life, but they also knew that, you have to really make sure that you stay healthy. It's a lifestyle. I think it's a. I quit the ciggies. Ooh, yes, cigarettes are awful. Good for you. Hey, South Africans, Jordy, I mean, they are bloody unhealthy, most of them. They eat a lot of meat. They smoke a lot. Um, they are not really into health. Technically, I was a little bit shocked when I got here. Um, Oh, Essence, Kira, why next week? Because the market is going to go open, or are you seeing a cycle we're going to enter? I trade prop firm, Noman. Yes, I do. Funded Next is the prop firm that I'm trading with right now, and I love their rapid challenge because you can pass it in one day. But there is a consistency rule on the funded though, not on the rapid. So that's why if you like to pass your challenges fast, you go with rapid. But unfortunately, on the funded, there is a consistency rule. Um, yeah. My ex, my ex, he was in. Well, I never met a guy that was more into health than me until I was in South Africa. He was in keto and he was very much, but it was like even if I would eat a tomato or if I would order a Diet Coke with a slice of lemon, he would go nuts. He says, "Do you know how much sugar there's in it?" I said, "Are you kidding me? It's a slice of lemon." But I learned a lot from him about keto and stuff like that. Very interesting. But I never had a guy who was more into health than I until I met him. But hey, um, he wanted to be all the time in ketosis. So it was a little bit too much, I think, but very interesting. But I could see his health really improving. Um, oh, FOMC, gotcha. Okay. Well, we'll see. Maybe Thursday already, right? Maybe we'll see what's going on. But look how we are behaving now. So I guess I just don't want it to go over here. But on the other hand, we do have a. Yeah, I pass them all the time. I'm busy on one now, so but I don't think I'm going to pass today because of the price action. But yeah, I do I do the rapids because especially on days with news, you can pass them in one. Well, actually, I don't want to talk about that on the stream because I don't think it's a good way if you don't have a proper model to tell people to pass it in one day. So let me be honest about that. But um, I keep some for specific days when I know there's news scandals and when it's large distribution moves, and I then pass them. But I don't think with people that are just starting out should um, do that. So they also have a legacy which takes you 5 days, but you don't have to pass the. So the rapid you can pass in one trade literally if you want to. Yeah. And then when you pass it, then there will be a consistency rule. So if you know that you sometimes can take advantage of specific market behavior, then you can go for the rapid. Hey guys, I'm getting interested now. We took liquidity here. Hold on, did we take it or not? Yeah, and funded next by all means at the moment because of their rapid challenge. That's my favorite now. And also because I live in South Africa, so I was with TopStep, and then they wanted to move me to live. I remember getting that email like, "Oh, you're doing really well," and I started to get I freaked out because I wasn't really at that moment. I just started to become profitable, and but at that moment I didn't know about the the restricted countries. That was something that just started. They added those during that time. It wasn't there when I started using them. Um, so at that point, we got in touch, and then um, I don't know. I think they because I started in the Netherlands, and then I said, "Oh, but I'm in South Africa right now." Blah, blah. And he said, "Oh, South Africa. Oh, then we have a problem." I said, "Okay, what do you mean?" Okay, now and then. So I couldn't continue with them, and they wouldn't allow me in sim funded, so I had to move away from them. Um, and then I was with my funded futures, and they did allow you a little bit longer in sim funded, and then they also got South Africa under restricted. So then I moved away, and then I just traded my own account because I didn't know if there were any other. And now then there was a lot of new ones coming in, but they weren't there last year or maybe 1.5 years ago. Like Funded Next, TPT, and they keep you in sim funded. So that's why we can trade them now also in technically restricted countries. Um, no, you can. You mean you do one trade? In one trade you do sell. You sell, and the other trade you do a buy. Hey, listen. If you do that, you will be banned from prop firms. Is that if that's what you mean? You just gamble both directions, and then you pass one and you lose one. I wouldn't do that. No, that's illegal. Yeah. No, 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 no. That is the kind of people they do not want in the industry, Norman. You're not allowed to do that. Um, you really have to trade. Even though they have a very, I think it's a very good rule that they have the rapid, but um, when you buy one to go long and buy one to go short, it's sort of like you're not really trading. Then you're really gambling, to be honest. Um, it's the same. We are allowed. We are allowed to maybe do that on. Look at that going! Wow, I'm happy that I'm not in at the moment. So see, okay, so now it's retesting. I want to see if this is the retest. I'm still bearish, to be honest. So we are. So for example, I can do that on when I have one. If I have one with ES and NQ, I am allowed to do that, but not on the same instrument, right? You understand? It makes sense, right? Otherwise, I guess they will lose a lot of money because if everybody does that, it's sort of like, yeah. So we have a mini market maker buy model, this original consolidation. So you see the 150 to 210. Why? So Jordi, why I like this area, why I look at it, is because it tells me it. If I'm correct, I might be wrong, but like if this is the original consolidation of this mini market maker buy model, I expect it to go down from here. So that's why I mark this area because it just gives me clarity. And that's why I'm like, okay, if this is a market maker, I know now next time that I can use this, that it creates this area, this macro creates the start of this mini market maker buy model. And you see how, like I say, it's like a roadmap to me, right? One first presented to another, back to it, and then it uses this first presented as well. And back to original consolidation. So this is the original consolidation created in the 150 macro. So, and then if we go over it, then I trust my short. So that's how I try to frame my logic in difficult price action like this, because we're technically in a range, right? This is a range. We're just bouncing, but we have like a mini market maker full model. Sell sides, back to original consolidation, created in that 150 to 210 macro. So what time is it? 3:20. Now are we going to run down? Because then I'm going to enter my short, and I'm going to go, and I am attacking most likely a little bit lower here. But I really want it. I don't want it to go over. But I'm a little bit worried about it because we do have a little gap here at midnight still. But let's see, 3:20. If we go below this first presented, I'm short. Patience is a virtue. I'm just looking at the 4 hours printing. I don't like it. I think we're going higher on the 4 hour. Oh, is there S&T? Thank you, Stephen. I don't see any on the 15-minute. Asim, it's the stock market will be open. It's a bank holiday, correct? But the stock market is open. I won't do it. I won't do a stream in New York session because I think people should be off. There will be low volume, but the stock market and the futures market is open. And London, Europe is there's no holiday. So Noman, I think hold on. I need to check the. If we're going down, then I want to enter my short. So it will be very low volume in New York. But the stock market will be open. But I would not advise you to trade after pre-market. So that's why I do the London session, and I might go a little bit into pre-market. But it's tradable, but it's not really. People will be doing other things, but there will be opportunities. But just take the day off and come back tomorrow after. Yeah. So stock market's open, but there will be extremely low volume. But there are, I've seen opportunities. Oh yeah, look, I missed my entry. Okay, see what I mean, guys? How I use this macro to give me the clarity of this trade. But it's definitely short now. Um, the only thing that I don't like that we didn't tap into this first presented, but I missed it. Anyone else in the short? It's going to go down. I think we're going to break down the. It's going to run now. It's going to run to 40. Oh shit! I cannot enter now anymore. That's a bummer. It's going to run now. It's going to run fast to the downside. Shit. It didn't give me any opportunity here. Well, maybe we'll get a nice retest. Hold on. It's going to go down in this wick now. So I was waiting. This was the confirmation that I was waiting for, like to see if it would really, if it would really not go over this level. So it's going to drop. See, we worked into this little gap, so we had a little bit of a retracement for the law. It took out the liquidity. This engineered liquidity here. But let's see if it just doesn't really go higher again. 324. Come on, go. Go through the breaker now. All the way. Let's see. We have this area here. Come on, go. Okay. This was an entry again. Okay, talking about retest of time. Boom. Go. It's going to be a nice move, guys. I got in just right up here. Retest. Just one micro. Um, I'm going to hold it here until 574. Jordy, are you still here? Do you see now how I use the 150 macro? I think it's going to go into this level of this wick. You see this? I do have another. The first level will be around here. Let me just see. Hold on. Um, 589. Yeah, I think we might get another bounce right over here where I drew the purple box, and then after that we'll move lower again. So yeah. So we'll get a few bounces. I just want to see how it bounces in this area here, and then let's see. Then we'll get another one too for sure for this area here. Um, but you see now it's in the midpoint of the breaker, right? So let's see, 328. It might take another macro that it just stalls again, and then you get another move around the 4 o'clock time. There was also news in the UK, but that was at 2 a.m. by the way, so it didn't do much though. So how I trade, Stephen, I just I use levels, and so these gradients are, so it's all algorithmic, right? So I have this box here, so I really want to see how we are going to go into, and if we manage to go below this one, then these come in play. So first, the safe side is somewhere around here. So let's put it, let me, and then I reassess. Okay, if we do go lower, then these come in play. But let me see, 627. So 25, 627. I do think we might get a bounce there as well, or a little bit below that. We'll see. Maybe 616. Yeah, somewhere between 627 and 616. Let's see if we can get a little bounce there. So we're bouncing off at all 10 o'clock. I don't know if people use those old opening prices of old 4-hour candles. Very helpful. But let's see. Come on, go down. Oh, I might have mistaken this level a little bit. Sorry, make it 622 the level. 623 before you have a bounce. 622, 623. Hold on, I've got to correct that. You see this wick here? 4.5 point is here. 620. I think 622-ish. We might get a bounce at 622. I think so. Yeah, I think well, so we've got two macros, right? We've got the one we call the 10-2 to the 10 past, which is the macro that is used to take out liquidity or to balance out imbalances. And then the 20 to 40, those are the runs sometimes. So you see it run without just taking liquidity. It just runs through certain levels. So if we do get a next macro, so we obviously we have the 350 to 410 coming. So let's see if that will give an entry. Maybe we get an entry now. Let's see what it does, because 333 is also an algorithmic time. You see how it's exactly using the midpoint of the breaker that I but I just, since I've been doing this macro, this gives me so much information, guys. Just tracking, if you focus on specific time and you watch, you can really start blending the information. Like for me, I already said I don't want it to go over this because this is the start of this mini market maker buy model, right? And then if I don't, this will be my confirmation for the short. Adding up some other different things. 315. 315 here. Look at this beautiful candle. Took out liquidity here. So this is this candle here. Let's see. We have SMT. Oh, here we got SMT at 315. Beautiful. You see this? We got SMT with NQ here, and it's exactly this candle. You see, we took out this liquidity with this that is this move to the upside. We took out this liquidity, and this is the SMT for the move to the downside. Now, I actually did not see, in all honesty, I did not see the SMT, but I already had enough information from this here and when we passed through here. But if I would have seen the SMT, I could have entered while we took out this liquidity on this candle already here to the downside, right? So I was a little bit too late because I was waiting to go below this, but I could have, if I seen the SMT, I could have already entered above the here with a very tight stop loss. But it was very fast and wiki pricing, so it was difficult to, yeah. But with it's a nice SMT, so I don't think the move is done yet. You see how they just engineer it when you have like so you have a consolidation here, we go lower, then again it's consolidates, and you see this kind of price action. That's all engineered liquidity. And what does engineered liquidity mean? They are just engineering liquidity to take it out very quickly. So it doesn't take long for engineered liquidity to be taken out. So they just created here 214 to be taken out when? An hour later. Here. So you can always like. Hey, Daniela, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate that. It's Daniela. Beautiful name as well. Kamasa. I always when I go into I always am boring. I use my own names as Iris, and everybody has these beautiful names always. I did ICT. He was supposed to do a video, but I haven't seen anything yet. I think he is busy with his life. So, and again, you see how the same levels are used over and over again as this first presented fair value gap. We're over the midpoint of the 5-minute breaker. But we do want it to see go lower, right? But look at this SMT, guys. I mean, we've got 1, 2, going. Now it's going again. Yeah. Beautiful move. Oh, I actually should. I'm talking so much that I'm not even putting it in on my screen. I'm so sorry, guys. Normally I always put the trade on the screen, but I totally forgot about it. My apologies. So, but yeah. Now the only thing here is that they are creating liquidity, engineered liquidity. So it could be that it bounces here again. Why? Because you can see they're creating equal highs, right, or equal lows. So what could happen is that we might go into consolidation. Let's see what they do. They're creating now equals. That's no worries because that's no problem at all. So we might run a little bit higher again, and then we go down the next macro. So that might give you the entry for the next move for the short. So you see the bodies are below the 50% of this also first presented, right? So that's also all these little things you need to look at if you are in like what's price action doing? Okay, we are just above the midpoint of the 5-minute breaker, but the bodies are below here. And it's just creating wicks, so it's still bearish. Slow price action, are you kidding me? Hey Steven, this is nice. Hey Method Z, how are you doing? How's it going? Hey Malik, I use ICT and time-based models exactly the same that I use for NQ. I use on gold. I haven't been trading gold for a long time, but I discovered that what I use is the same. I can apply the same logic to gold as NQ. So that's why I embrace gold now and made it part of the family. So it's ICT based, but more also time based logic. I trade a lot of time. I add a lot of time based elements. Time above price anytime. Why? Because the algorithm is scripted against time and not against price. Hey, Steven, if you call this slow price action, this this was slow, but this is a nice move. And maybe you are so spoiled already that you are calling a little bit consolidation slow. But hey, accumulation is very nice because we love AMD. Accumulation, and then comes the manipulation, and then the distribution, right? So you'll at some point you'll start appreciating it, but not if you're in hours of consolidation. We do not. But Malik, what do you trade? Are you oh, Method, see, you missed so much today. No, I'm just joking. Well, we just, hey, Method, no, Method, he has been listening to me about this bloody 152. Listen, you know I do this, right? And giving me so much information, I said, oh, we're back here, we're back in the cycle that we have the first presented here, but we have consolidation, we move out of it, and then we have a mini market make a buy model. And I said, if this is the original consolidation created in that macro, I don't want it to go over it, because then we have finalized the mini market make a buy model to go down, and it did that exactly. This little macro gave me the information to go short, but I missed the S&T, and I said it, and then we had this drop already. So next time I'll be faster so I can enter here, because this already gave me the confirmation, but I should have seen the S&T, because this candle created the S&T. So then this move just could be a market order in. I don't have to wait for the first presented. So hey, this 152.210, I love grading it. It gives me really a lot of information, especially when it creates consolidation. So a lot of times we have seen now that it creates the original consolidation for a mini market make buy model or sell model, right? Today is a perfect example again. So yeah, so that's what you missed, but I didn't get in on time. But I do believe we are going lower. We've got this nice, beautiful 4-hour wick here, Method. You probably already have you probably know that, I guess, but I do believe we might go into this area here, but we first need to we'll probably bounce off this area somewhere, and if we do manage to go lower, we're going into this 4-hour wick here. The beautiful, beautiful wick. Yeah, this one. Hey, Stephen, patience is my problem sometimes as well. It still is. I'm getting better at it because I don't want to lose money anymore. But patience is my biggest thing, and that's why I trill my stop too fast when I'm in those larger moves. So it's sort of like I get like, it's like, oh my, you see your. I guess it's sort of like you want to. I don't know. It's a psychological thing, I think, that you want to. I can't. I have to think about that one, but I'm working on that one to get more better at that. Hey, Poppy, what are you doing, my love? What is her? You're so pretty. You're so pretty. You're so pretty. You're so pretty, my love. Oh. Patience is one. I think if you're patient by nature, you are already a better trader. I think. I've got 2 rescue cats, and she's actually half African wildcat, but she's very domesticated. But she keeps me safe from snakes and scorpions. If I'm I'm not in the bush right now, but I leave everything open. But if there's a snake or something like that, I'm always looking where she is, because if she's around, I know I'm safe. But if not, I have to be careful. She's a smarty, yeah. No, but she's domestic. She's not. She's half African wildcat. She's not like. I didn't take her from the wild. She was just already somewhere, and she was really treated very badly. So I stole her, and I just took her with me. And now she has a good life. She was 3 days away from dying, literally. So, um, so now she's happy. It's my little safe angel. She's like a dog. She walks with me. I can take her to the beach. I don't take her to the beach, but if I live somewhere near the beach, she would just walk with me. And yeah, she's like a dog, literally. I travel a lot. I travel a lot with my cats. I have traveling cats. They're very easy. I just take them, put them in the car, and then they don't like the drive though. But but they're very easy. I've moved around a lot with them. Yeah. Okay, let's go. Okay, see, now we are, did we tap into this little gray box already? Not yet. I really want to see how it's going to behave in this area. 348, we got the next macro coming. We could enter, let me just put the, I'll put the trade, I'm already in, but I'll just put the trade on for everyone to see, because I want to, TP is, I got in somewhere here. No. Well, yeah, technically I got in here, in this area here, because I missed the move. So then we had the retest. Yeah, it's a little bit weird now to put it in, but I would watch when we go a little bit lower. Let's see. Yeah, I'm still in though. We already entered in this. Oh no, we did not. Okay. Yeah, 623. 642. So let's see if it just goes 10 points down, if it gives a reaction there. So the trade doesn't resemble my trade, but normally I put it on, but it's just to give the TP, guys, just where I think the TP is going. Hey, so yeah, that's why we're doing a London longer session, because the market is open, but there will be very low volume in New York session because it's a U.S. bank holiday. So I myself would not really be too eager to trade the New York session. I would just be done, maybe pre-market, and then just enjoy the holiday. But if you really want to trade, there are trades to be made, but it's just low volume. It's just like you can compare it to a very slow Asia session, maybe. Hey, but I've seen days like that. There could be crazy moves, but I don't know. I would rather focus on the London and then maybe pre-market, and then just. But they could use those days to make certain moves. They could do crazy things on those days because they know there's not a lot of people around. So, oh yeah, yeah, a silver bullet is awesome. I think we had a silver bullet today. This was literally the This was a silver bullet here, right over here. The silver bullet initiated this short. And we're not done yet with the short. We are not done yet. We're just getting started with the short. Now there's always an influx of volatility coming in at 4 o'clock. The only thing that we have to, it could be to the upside to take out this liquidity and then do another macro to go lower. So we always have to be mindful of that, right? It might not go here in one time, right? But I really wanted to see, I wanted to go in this box and see, because that's a 15-minute fair value gap. I would not be surprised if we go up and then take out this liquidity, but let's see. So if you are in a short, be careful in this. Look at the 15-minute chart. I can put it on for you guys. You understand what I'm looking at. Always look on your left here. I'm looking at this little 15-minute. So we really need to go. This might be enough for it to, and then go back up, right? So be careful. And then we go into in that large wick. You know why it's stalling here already? Because it has a flat bottom here, lack of liquidity. It's giving that little wick here. It's probably not gonna, let's see if it's gonna move. This is a small little rejection block here. You see this wick? This wick is just giving this candle the belated manipulation. So most likely, I don't think we're gonna ever get a move until 4 o'clock, because I think this candle will stay, it will keep the wick just over here until another 6 minutes. Could be. No, it's not a liquidity sweep, Stephen. It's we call this a rejection block. It becomes liquidity afterwards. So every large wick is literally a rejection block first. So that's why when I see I love large wicks. I literally frame my trades around large wicks. But this is very algorithmic. When you see a flat bottom, which means lack of manipulation, you don't see a wick, right? There is no manipulation wick on this. So what tends to happen is that you see a candle. If you see here, it's only a wick. This is like the wick that belongs now to this little candle here. And because there's a wick next to it, this is we call this a rejection block. So that means the price is rejecting of this. So now after we have one rejection, this now becomes liquidity. So that's why sometimes, I don't know if you ever think, oh, that's liquidity, when people say, oh, that's a day or low. It doesn't go there. You're like, why isn't it going to my low? It's because of a rejection block. So you have to understand the difference between what is liquidity and what is a rejection block. A rejection block, liquidity is most of the times first a rejection block, but not always. But you have to understand how order flow sort of like goes, right? So you see, now price is going up, and I don't think we're going to get a move until 4 o'clock, because I don't believe that we will get a body in this 15-minute candle below this body, because it has a purpose as a rejection block now. You understand? So that's why I want to have the logic. Why is things happening? Well, because of this area now, we can already expect no price action until 4, because this 15-minute candle will not get a body below this because of this algorithmic signature here. It's all algorithmic, so we have to wait till 4. And 4 is a very important algorithmic time. You'll see it on my chart all the time. 4 o'clock, 10 o'clock. So how do I know that we're not going to get a price below this one? Because of this. It already tells me, okay, I have to wait till 4 o'clock. So I'm not worried. So I'm also not worried for a move up now, because I'm like, okay, whatever. You're just rejecting here, and then it's like a minor retracement. You're using the 15-minute. I'm on the 15 minutes, so I know there won't be any body below the 15-minute, and then we'll see. Then are there any imbalances here that I'm not, well, just a little bit here, but I think we're going to go down after 4 o'clock. There's not much imbalances here besides the wicks, right? So yeah, we could go down, we could go up into this wick again, but I think it's not going to go up into this wick after getting into the 50-minute fair value gap. So let's see, are we going to go already down? See, it's not going below. We still have to wait until you will see the candle most likely will close with a wick here. There's so much logic, but if you, I mean, I journal a lot to figure out, okay, what's going on. I reverse engineer, and then you start to understand, like, what's really happening now. Why is this 15-minute candle behaving like this? Why is it not going down? What is price exactly doing, right? And that's how you get to understand the logic more behind the movements. And it gives you more confidence in the market. Hey, you can still be wrong a lot of the time, I can tell you that, even though you start seeing those little things, but it helps you a lot. Like if I'm in a trade right now, I'm not worried because of what it's doing. It doesn't invalidate it's just like, oh, okay, I'm expecting this, right? I just have to wait 1 more minute, 2 more minutes. But because it has been rejecting here, I have more confidence in the short now, if that makes sense. There we go. 4 o'clock. There we go. Now this area to be careful. I just want to see if it. I think we're going to go here, but I want to see if it's going to might spike up after, because we do have liquidity created right here now, right? All engineered liquidity, and this might be enough for it to go back up and then go back further down, but we'll see. So be careful. If you have if you have 2 micros on, take one off in this area here. You see, I said this 622, 673 is going to give a reaction. All to be expected. Nothing weird about this. Why? Because we're in a 15-minute fair value gap, so it has taken the liquidity within a macro, which is needed, right? All expected. I'm just wondering if it's enough for the run, if this level is enough for it to go back, to go into this area here again, because we're still bullish, right? I'm just looking at the daily. Are we forming the daily wick now and go back up to go up into this level here? Because we still have a fair value gap here that we need to go into. So I'm wondering if this is it for the short. Let's see. I think it could be that we're done with the short, and that we're going back into to go into this area here. Because mind you, higher time frame, we're still bullish. So I guess my purple box is just where we're going to. Let's see. Let's just see if what. Yeah. Oh, am I? Yeah, I'm out of the trade already. Okay. Yeah. So I always break it up in in pieces. Like, okay, how is it going to react here? But if we don't get below, that's why I marked this purple box. If we don't get below this purple box, we are not going to go into this. It's always if then. And I'm still, we're still higher time frame bullish, but we need some retracement, right? But I would think that we still need a little bit more retracement, to be honest. But then again, um, we just tapped in minorly, very little in this, and this could be enough. We just tapped into this area. And we still, mind you, in this that's why I marked this 5-minute breaker. Look how perfectly it went down into literally the bottom of that 5-minute breaker, but it did not, the body did not go out of it, right? So it just used the whole 5-minute breaker to make that move, but not invalidate the bullish breaker. It's still valid because there was no body close. It's just amazing how let's see if it. So we did not go over 3 o'clock. We are again. So for me now, if I would re-enter, I would wait for it to really leave the breaker and then get into this range. The macro is almost done. On one end, it's a long entry. We had a breaker retest. Let's see on the 3. Well, I hope it helps a little bit, Stephen, um, to simplify it a little bit, so to speak. That's what I'm trying to do. Um, so, and you saw what happened with that little, when I said the rejection block, right? And it's exactly the same behavior that you're going to expect here, but because it's such a large wick, and the wick is just nothing else than a lot of little gaps and a lot of imbalances that the market needs to balances out. So it takes time to work itself. So it's a higher time frame wick, but on the lower time frame, that means there are a lot of imbalances there. So that's how you create a wick. So what happens when price goes down into a wick? It never goes it could go once in a while when it is a news candle, but most of the times when it goes down into a wick, it goes back and forth, because it's balancing out imbalances, and it uses those gradients levels to work itself through it. So it goes maybe from 1/4, goes back up, then to 1/5. So that's why it takes, when you see a lot of wicks, you can expect what we call that seek and destroy, because it goes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But once you start understanding what it's doing, it's not as bad as if you don't know what's going on, right? So this large wick, I do think, we start to go into it, because there is business to be done here. And I was hoping, because it's also partially still this fair value gap, that we would at least get into this area here. But I marked this box specifically because I know that price can do things at specific levels before it even gets to this quarter level of this wick. So that's why and you see, you get this exactly the level at the midpoint, literally almost at the midpoint. I did say 623. I was expecting a reaction there, but it could also just go down from there, right? But now I know, okay, I was already out before 623, and then I would. But let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. I hope we go further down, at least, because there is work to be done here. Come on, NQ, we need to go further down into the wick, and we are anticipating it. Um, okay, let's see. Let's see if we can get another short, or do we need to sort of like, it's a little bit difficult now to read, because I can frame it both ways. Oh, no, 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 no. It looks like, okay, what's the 1 hour doing? Oh, I like it. Are we going to go below the 4 o'clock? Are we going to go below the 4? You see, I sort of like build in like an extra layer of just to make sure that. But hey, we have not gone into the first presented fair value gap. Let me go to the 1 minute. Oh, I think we can go into a short again, but it's time. Okay, wait. This makes a breaker very weak, by the way. If you see this behavior, 539. Okay, I'm just. The time is not lining up, but I'm gonna go for. I think this is safe. I haven't entered on my account yet, though, to be honest, but I'm using time, the 4 o'clock here. So I'm now just anticipating the 20 to 40 run. So it's still 7. So I should have maybe waited a little bit. This I like this. Body below 4 a.m. Stay below the 4 a.m. and I'm entering. To 585. Okay. Next stop will be, we can target 585, I guess. Five, eight, five. Now, this 1 hour candle took out this liquidity already, right? So what could happen with this 1 hour candle that we go up into this wick here, this rejection block? So we took liquidity on this 1 hour candle. We just started 417. Let's see if it's going to continue. So if we go into this wick, we are, because it's fractal, right? So if we go from external liquidity to internal, external to internal, so it could go back up to here. This is fractal. It's just 10 points and then go down. But let's see what the 20 past run. If it's weak, it might. I don't think it's going to go out of the breaker because it's getting very weak now, right? The breaker it doesn't have any. I mean, the breaker is getting tired. Give up the ghost. Come on, go. Just run. 590. $4.19. So let's see what 20. So it could happen if you just look at the 1 hour. We got this wick here. We took our liquidity here, right? So that is that move. So it could go that this candle goes into this wick by the 1 hour. So be careful. It looks bearish. We like that. I like it. That I wanted. We might get the run at 20 to 40. So then we might get a nice continuation move. I want price to stay below the 4 o'clock now. Come on, stay below. 20. Okay, we're 20 now. Where's my drink? Here's my drinky. I need to make sure I don't get dehydrated. Like it. Retest. Is it going to be a continuation? Then we're going to go all the way into this area here. We're going to start to go into the wick. So it's also like a 4 hour, it's a very large 4 hour fair gap place here. Come on, start running. I want you to start running. 420, 421, go. Get out of the bloody breaker. So much patience required from us, right? This Going, going, rolling. Toodoo, 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 toodoo. Toodoo, toodoo, toodoo. Toodoo, toodoo, toodoo. I think if it would have gone up to this 1 hour rejection block, I think it might already have moved. So I'm thinking it's now getting ready to make its way to the downside. I mean, it should start. Yeah, there we go. Come on, go now. Be fast and furious. Yeah, now it's very slow, and now it's your patience is being tested. But it's sort of like if it would have gone up, you would have seen already the move to the upside started already. So I want to, yeah, but it's very wicky. You have to be careful though sometimes, right? Um, Come on, get out of the breaker. We want you out of the breaker. Then we know for sure you're not going to go up anymore. We want confirmation. It's annoying price action. You just have to be very patient. So we're below the 4 o'clock. We're below the 50%. So there's still a possibility that it could go here into this wick, but I don't know. Let's see. It could also just go to the 25% here, then go back up, and then go back here. But it looks very weak now. It looks like it's ready to run. There you go. Be careful what you say. It's a tricky day. It's actually this is price action you don't want to be in. But then again, we don't have a choice, right? But it's good to study the PA and just go over just tape read and understanding the logic, what is happening. So also technically you can consider this if you look at the 1 hour, it's a balanced price range, right? So the word says it. Um, so I had FX replay. So I used it while I was still backtesting, but at some point I stopped backtesting. Now there's nothing wrong with backtesting. Let me start with that. But it doesn't help me anymore because I'm just only forward testing now. So that means I do everything live when the charts are there because I notice once I know what's happening, I miss the emotion on back testing. But when I do a paper trade on live, I still feel the same emotion, but not when I'm back testing. Everything is sort of like it doesn't help me anymore. But I do find back testing. I do think it's really worth it if you still want to find a model and are looking into things. But for me personally, I just forward test now. So that's why paper trading is just equally because on live you have the price action. You have no, there's no, you cannot think, or you can think, but you have to deal with the limitation of time sometimes. And with back testing, sometimes you know already what the market is doing. Um, it just takes away a lot of the emotions that come with it. So I stopped. I canceled my yeah, I think yeah. So, but I do think when you start out, you do. But I think what Mether is suggesting is really good because you can also actually it's all in one, right? You can journal and back. Actually didn't know that Mether that you could also backtest on TradeZella. Um, I didn't know that. You have actually all in one then, right? So you can backtest, you can journal, but yeah, I just stick to nowadays to forward testing. But I backtested a lot in the days. And for me, literally, when I journal, it's actually sort of a form of backtesting already because I go over the markets. But yeah. Okay, are you going to leave the range now, 430? Is that it? Are you going to do it now? Are you going to do it now? Are you going to do it now? Or are you just going to fool us again? Okay, so I guess it's going now to those wicks. Let's see, how far are you? Not again, not. This is very boring to watch, but if you, this is so helpful to get understanding of what's actually happening at some point. Um, a lot of people think, oh, there's nothing happening, I'm just log off. But you start understanding, okay, it's a breaker, but where are you in the breaker? But is it highly likely that we're going to go up here? But is it above the breaker or in the breaker? And you'll start seeing some logic in price action as well. It might be boring, but it really it really gives you a lot of information just sitting through this, especially when you're just starting out. Um, and it also will help you recognize soon. Okay, you know what? I'm just we're still in the breaker. It's already this time. I'm going to log off. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to do something else. I'll come back later, right? Or things like that. But oh, so now before we're above 4 o'clock, we still didn't go above the out of the breaker. Now, what very crucial will be if we go over the midpoint of the breaker, right? But it is not as you can see, it is not doing that. It just keeps on wicking, and the bodies are not going over yet. So you might be right on your buys, but a lot of times you can be stopped if you don't, this is area where you can be stopped out, lose a lot of money because you get back in, back forth, right? So you want to, that's why I didn't want to be in. That's why I marked purple box, even though I think we're going lower, but I just want to see what's happening because I don't want to be, wicked out and give all my profits back. Out of the breaker. They're going out of the breaker finally. What time is it? 4:33. Important time. Important time. Let's see. 4:30. Are you doing it 4:43? I would love that if you would do it now. There we go. Out of the breaker. Finally, thank God. It's not running. Are you not running? Are you not running? It's gonna run. Let me put in the large wick here. So it's this area plus the wick here. Fairly up with large wick. So when you see if an inversion like this, well, you can technically, I'm grading this one because, well, we can also technically, maybe it's better to, no, I'm going to use this one because of the wick here. Yeah. So on the 15, I also noticed, let me show you. We've got exactly the 25%, there's a flat bottom. Lack of manipulation, so we want a wick, we want to see a candle, a wick coming here as well. So this is, so that's why I marked the 25% as I don't want, I'm just going to take, call the low-hanging fruit because of the wick, lack of manipulation here on the 15. There we go. Now go. Yeah, definitely. Backtesting is very important. Again, just getting back to it. It's backtesting, forward testing, any wave testing, journaling, anything that gives you more knowledge of the market you need to do. But it depends on what you use. But yeah, you know, but just only trading is not enough. You really need to do something outside trade, and that's just most important thing. Now, come on, run, 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 and Q. Go, 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 go. I'm getting impatient. Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. We've been so patient for this trade, guys. Don't you think? It's not making it easy to go down, right? Come on now, just go at least to that 25 to my level. Market. Going, going, going. We have to be careful because there's not a macro yet, right? So it just I just could go back and forth before the macro, before going there. It's not an easy trade, but we are managing it. Yeah, I'll go. I think I'm very happy with. We'll go over the start. It started with the 150. Mapping out the 150 to 210 macro, waiting, just let that play out, and then we got the information using some more things, and then waiting patiently using the 5-minute breaker. Um, I think it's very insightful today. Also for me, I've learned, even though I learn a lot of going over this, and I see new things because I'm going over it. And I journal this very extensively, and I use time, what happened at what time. But this also gave a lot of information. Right? But I got a little bit confused. I was, you might go up into this wick here, but we'll just do a recap after. Um, Yeah, and the trick is then that like next time I want to get in that trade sooner so I can hold it without being. See, that's why I don't like it because the macro is not starting yet. So we might before we take out the liquidity, it will wait for the macro. So it's going to most likely go back and forth, back and forth. So, but at least we're out of the breaker, right? But this is I think it could even go to 583 ish, 587, yeah, 591. And we let the trade come to us, right? We waited. I think we managed this very well. Now I wonder what is here. Why is it rejecting here? See, I want to know everything. I want to know every move it makes, and I'm always looking like, okay, why is it rejecting that? What is there? Did I miss something? I can't really figure out. Oh, I see. On the 15, maybe. Hold on. Oh, that's interesting. I'll show you guys. On the 15, there's a wick, but it's just a retracement. It's this wick. It's reacting in this wick. This one. So the question now is which wick has more weight, right? The 15-minute wick or this 4-hour? So you see, so you always have to count that in, but it just gives a minor retracement then. Okay, so the macro is starting now. There you go. Okay, now let's see what we'll take out in this during this macro. Come on, we've been very patient, and you manipulated us almost out of our trade. Jesus, we are so patient. It's unbelievable how much we have to sit through. So you're already going to see, even though we are on its way, you see how long it takes for it just to get here and how much it goes back and forth because it's in this wick, right? And in a wick means a lot of manipulation because there's so many imbalances on the lower time frame. That's why you see this behavior, and that's why it's really hard to trade actually. We're still good because we're in time. We're using time 455. We're in a macro, so it's going to spool to a level of liquidity, which is that 25% level that I marked. It's remember that is also the candle which has the lag of manipulation. So you might see a fast. We can put the 15-minute on. You can see a wick most likely could give a manipulation wick to the downside. Look at this. Look at this area now. How it's going to behave. I might want to put my GP a little bit higher, so it doesn't. I don't lose the trade. So it's using now also this wick, right? That's why it's also not going fast because it's also these are all manipulation little things that it needs to go through. We went to 50%. Now it's doing the quarterly and the 1/3, and then it will make its move down. Not an easy trade, guys. It's not an easy trade. Well, yeah, I do. Well, I have losses. I think I have more losses than break even because I would rather have it. If I'm wrong on time, I take a loss. If I have the large moves and I'm off, I think I have more losses than break evens, to be honest. And if I move my stop loss on a larger moves, they're already in profit. But then instead of a 5 hour trade, I get like a 2 hour or a 5 hour, a 3 hour trade. But I think I have more losses than. But then when I try to get into my larger move, sometimes I'm off one macro, for example, and then my losses are very small. Then I don't have they're not that big, and I make it up for my next trade. But no, yeah, I think I have more losses than break evens, to be honest. And normally now when we had, like for example, now when I get tired, like okay, I'm getting really impatient, then I just move it, for example, to a place where I think okay, it could, for example, now if I would think it's going to go up, yeah, where would I put it? Where is my thing here? I would move it. This is already in profit, right? But minor. So that's like a winning trade already. But you can still have a lot of losses and still be very profitable if you have a good R to R, right? So Oh, thank you guys for subscribing. I see that a lot of new people have joined the chat. Thank you, thank you. I think it will be good to go over the full trade when it's done, to go over some things and what have could been better on my end, for example. Um, but this is an interesting trade, even though it's slow. It's a good opportunity, and it's not an easy trade, but I think we can. We'll do a full recap over it. Now, sometimes when this is happening, I just want to get out because I don't want to let it slam back on me and just take my profit, for example. But then again, I want to see the wick here because we don't have a manipulate. I want to see this manipulation wick here. So I think we're going to get like a very fast spike down. Come on, give it to us. We want to see this has no wick. This has no manipulate. No. It's a flat bottom. Let me see here. Look at the 15-minute here. There we go. Come on now, go. Go, 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 go. Sometimes I just get out because I don't want to wait for it because it might spike up again. You don't want to squeeze the lemon for the last drop sometimes. It's 10 points, but sometimes it's just like you get tired, you just want to get out because it could fool you. Yeah, I'm getting out. I've got enough. I don't want to give anything back. I just got out because I think it's gonna take it out. But we've been in this trade so long. Um, am I totally out? Yeah, we'll watch. I'm out on my other account. Okay, I need to use the bathroom and very quickly. What time is it? 3 past. Okay. Hey, part trader, how are you doing? Yeah, it's nice, huh? It's a very industrial. It's a very industrial. Guys, I need to go to the bathroom very quickly. Let me quickly run. I'll be right back. Hold on. The trade will be here. Okay, here we go. Um, to be patient today. Yes, we've learned a lot. No, we'll definitely do. If you want, if you guys want, we'll do a trade recap over the full trade. See what we watched, where we could have had better. We could have better entries, and see, we'll do a full recap on stream, because I think this is an interesting trade. It was slow, but there were a lot of options, and but I think there could have been better entries on my end. And as well here now, you see what's happening, right? Also that it doesn't, I'm out already because I know I don't have the patience to wait for another macro. So when you see this happening, now time-wise, I think it's still okay to be in as long as it doesn't go above this orange line. This orange line is the first presented fair value gap of yesterday, I believe. Hey, Lundgren, on ES, it bounced of a macro golden pocket. Oh, I just want to see if we have, we don't have SMT yet, okay. It's creating equals on ES. Yeah, I'm out already because it just, because this is a level. If you look at this large wick, right, it's just going to take its time. Let me see how, what level are we here on this wick? Okay, lesson learned today. Do not squeeze the lemon until the last drop, because you ain't going to get it on a day like this, and it's just going to take you out. So lesson that I learned again is if I have a level like this, um, let me see. Well, let's see. Let the macro just play out. Let's see. We'll give it to the end of the macro. I mean, we're not going to be. We cannot hold it against the NQ, right? This wick that might be the manipulation wick that with the ES. So if we get, I would think I would want a wick here with this. So this gets a. Let's see. Come on now. If it hits this level, that is squeezing the lemon, like literally everything out of it. But I did not wait for that. I'm not. I just don't want to get anything back. I'm already out. I actually already put it a few ticks higher, to be honest, than this level here. What time did you start running? 4:50. Okay, let's see. One more minute. Come on. So, Stephen, if it helps, like this, to make you be more patient, it's already a big win. Because I mean, patience is also my one of my issues. I'm not a very patient person, and I don't have the patience to wait for this. And also, I think it just sort of like it's not worth it to wait for the last 10 points um, to sit through this normally. So I just get out, and because I just um, Where's my phone? Okay, are you not going to go down in this macro? Okay, apparently not. Shall we do, are you guys interested in the full recap of this trade to go over it on stream? Okay. I'm out of the trade anyway, so we'll monitor it, but I'll go over the full, I think it's a good one because it's a very interesting trade in how to enter, and I think I see some things that I could have done better and differently already. And we'll watch it once it, I'll watch it when it just take out the, but we'll do a recap because I think it will still go a little bit lower, but I would be careful for the rest of the day, guys, to be honest. Because this is this large wick, right, on the 4 hour. So that's, when you see a large wick like this, which we formed yesterday, it's going to take its time. It's going to be very fickle. It's going to go back and forth. Hey, got to. I totally agree. That's the reason why I'm doing it. And I'm having such a good time. And for me, it also improves my trading, like going over it more and being together with like-minded people. So, hey, yeah, it's a lonely thing trading. But, okay, let's do the recap because I think it's a very interesting, it was a very interesting trade, if I may say so. And very insightful. And I learned a lot myself as well. It was a good trade, but not an easy one. So where did it start, the trade? Now, let's go over. So I always monitor the 150 to 210 macro. Why? Because I started noticing that macro gives me a lot of information. If it's either a consolidation or it's already a continuation move or it is a manipulation move. If I see consolidation and a little move inside of it, I am aware, and I also mentioned on screen, well, I'm going to watch it because it might give me a lot of information for the next macro. So once I started seeing that I said, I'm not interested in any of this movement. It went down into the first percent fair value gap of yesterday's PM session. I said, I'm not interested. I want to see if we can get over, if it goes back into the range. We have a mini market maker sell buy model. Then I want to see if it gets over this area. If not, we can consider this the original consolidation of this market maker sell buy model, and then it just stops here and it's done. What happened exactly at this moment, and that is, I did not see that on time. We had SMT right over here with this move here. We went back into the original consolidation of the consolidation that formed in this 150 to 210 macro. The moment I saw this, I said, oh, it's a short, but I was already too late. It was this drop here, boom. So my lesson here is, if I already see this advance, I have to look at SMT because this was at 317, which was 2 minutes after 315. And that's already enough time because I only look at the 15 minutes for large distribution moves to see, like, okay, is there SMT? So at the hour, at quarter past, at half, at 45. Now this happened at 17. Oh shit, could I see? No, hold on. Yes, 17, 315. Where are you? So the 315 candle gave that move at 317. I should say it that way. Boom. Okay, here you go. So this is that move, right? SMT, and then you get the next 50. Oh, this is the 5-minute candle, by the way. Okay. It should be 15-minute. Let me go to the 15-minute on, and here we go. Where are you? Hey, where's your SMT? You should show the SMT. Okay, that's fine. Okay, it's not. Well, it did show. It did show. But let's go back to the 5. Um, it did show on the 15 as well. There was SMT definitely, but it was exactly here. So you got your SMT, which you want for a large move to the downside, right? Like say if you miss this scan here, it's okay because you get your retest here in the wick, and if you mark this, so this had to be my entry here. Oh, sorry, this is NQ. Yes. I'm sorry, guys. 315. So here you have this one. So this one goes up into this area here. Now you miss it. Now what do you do? Oh, shit. So this candle is the one that makes the SMT, right? So then this is the next candle, and that goes into the half of the wick. So that should be enough for you to already, but you have to be on time to get that SMT, and I didn't see that on time, so I was a little bit late to that. But if you see this wick here, and then this candle goes into the wick, and it touches the 5%, you can just market order. You can literally market order in. But I said I want to wait until it's below this first percent fair value gap, which was not necessary. I could have market order in because we already had confirmation, SMT. It already rejected, the rejection did the work already, and it was ready to go down. It was a very fast move to the downside. But, okay, suppose you missed that one as well, right? So then you let the move just run. That's okay because this is the silver bullet, the time that the silver bullet was creating the displacement. Now because I've been studying this model for a longer time, I should have been in, but it's no problem if you did not get in. You let the displacement just go and you wait for a retrace here in the next macro. What happens? You touch it in the macro, 5 past 4, boom, and there's fair value gap. So here's an entry as well. Or in my case, I could have added here, right? So let it play out. So you have a large displacement like this, you just let it go. No FOMO. You wait for the retracement into, that's the ICT silver bullet, right over here. On 5 minute, it was also on the 1 minute. Now, you see, then you don't have to we sat through all this bloody consolidation, but the moment you go in here, waiting for the macro, boom, it goes inside, you enter, and then you wait for it to go down. But we had a 5-minute breaker right over here. Let me go in. I used this breaker right over here, this large candle, because it was activated here. Now it was retested here already, and I thought, okay, let's see how many times is it going to be retested, or can I trust it that we are not going to the upside anymore? Because I had a little bit of doubt because of that breaker, to be honest. But looking at it in hindsight, it's always easy in hindsight. We retested it here already. We went up, and then we retested it here already, and then we created the SMT. So technically, when a breaker gets retested 2 times, it's sort of like, you cannot really trust the breaker anymore to be the bullish breaker that it was supposed to do. It was the bullish breaker here. It did its job. It's done, right? We're up. We are now going down. But I just wanted more confirmation. So next time I know, okay, I don't have to trust it, but I still use the levels just to see how it's reacting in the breaker. So let's say you get in here and you just go, you let it run through the breaker. And then TP. So you enter here, and then what will be the TP? Let me see. So I marked this 15-minute. Am I on the 15-minute? Let me see. So I marked this little 15-minute fair value gap because I want to see how price was going to react in this fair value gap, because now there were two things I can't remember. Why was it important? I think there was a certain level that I saw that I thought, okay, it might be enough for it to go further, to back up, or we're going to go down deeper into the level of the 4-hour wick, which I'll show in a bit. So what I would have done is take 2 micros either here, and we add one here, and then take one off here, and then see how it reacts, and then let the rest go further to the downside. Now this is a 15-minute candle. We did have a move up. We went up into this value gap here, as you can see, just a little bit here, and then we proceeded further down. Let me see, which time is this? 4 o'clock. I think that was this one here. Yeah. So you see this candle here. Oh, that was actually the. Okay, gotcha. So that was the candle that drove into that retest. Okay. So that drove into here. So technically, you could have waited all that time and just enter at the 4:05 in that macro and waited for this to be retested, right? And then have your move to the downside. So yes. So let's say, well, we were already in, right? We were already in somewhere from here, and we were sitting through all this bloody BS. Then we had the retest, we went down. I think we still stayed in, and then we let it move further down, and then the 4-hour wick came into play. I said, okay, once we get down, we get out of the breaker, the 4-hour wick comes into play. Let me go back. And that is this large wick we created yesterday. And I graded that. But the interesting part is we didn't go to here. So I am now going to find out where did it reject it off, because I want to know next time. Like, I don't want to wait for this level here. No, I'm sure it's going to go there today. But because it's such a large wick, it takes time, because wicks are just a lot of gaps and imbalances on the lower time frame. So it takes a lot of time for the price action, for the algo to work through it. So there will be a lot of places before it even gets here, because it's such a large wick. So now I want to find out what it's actually rejecting off, and why it rejected off this level. Now, because it annoys me that it didn't go to my level, to be honest. Yeah, it actually does, in all honesty. So I want to find out where it rejected from. Does anyone have a clue? after Kit, I've been using the. I didn't know that Kit never used to use that. I am using the 33 and the 66 already for a long time. I've never seen Kit using it. Since when is he using it? When did When did he tweeted it? But hey, the 1/3 are. I think it's one of those secrets that ICT hasn't shared. No, I discovered it like I think a year back or something. But I'm not surprised I could use it because Kid is very. Oh, did he? Okay. I never saw him using it in his stream, so I was wondering, like, hey, Kid, why are you not using it? But no, Kid is a smart one. He knows his shit. He knows his shit. You use it as well. Yeah, guys, everyone, start using. Hey, start using the 1/3 because you can really. It will really help you to frame retracements, and you'll see a lot when. Hey, I can't. I love large wicks and I love my 1/3. Hey, what's going on, guys? I think I have an issue with the internet, maybe. But who knows? Who can tell me why it rejected here and not? Oh, I see why. I think I have issues with my internet. There's a first presented fair value gap because your account was bought from another. Hey, somebody is accessed my account. Am I hacked? That's scary, guys. Somebody's on my account. Are you guys hacking me? Is someone of you? No, I'm joking. Okay. Yeah, no, the 1/3 I just I think that's why I'm able now to trade larger trades, larger moves, because using those 1/3 um, it just helps me frame, and especially with the last information of ICT with those premium discount wicks. So guys, everyone who's in here, but don't tell everyone else out here. It's our secret. Oh, I see. Hey, I see. Look. Let's see. Let's see where this week. So we had a little wick on a lower time frame. So a lesson learned from me here, guys. If I have a large wick, I have to look. But I know there's a 15-minute wick also. So it's a larger. This is the 5-minute first presented fair value gap of yesterday morning. So obviously we're going to reject there, but this wick, that's why. Hey, I learn a lot every session that I do, really. That, and what is this? Okay, we have one here as well. Okay, my lesson learned. If I have such a large wick, I've got to look for smaller wicks on the lower time frame. Now, So there's this larger discount wick here, and there's a premium. But I think for the move to the, if I want to move to the upside, I should use the these ones here. Okay, let me look at the 15-minute. I think it has to be this this one here. Okay, lesson learned for me is when I see a large, when I work on a FAR, that's my mistake today. My lesson learned. I have to make it positive. If there's a large wick that I'm using, I have to look for smaller wicks because it will not go to these level in one time. It will have because it's too large to do it. So then I use either the 15-minute or the 5-minute, and on both there were wicks on here and there which were used, and it's either the 1/3 level or the quarter level that was used. So, and it was also an inversion for first percent fair value gap where it stopped into yesterday. So it makes sense, right, that it didn't hit my TP. So my TP was wrong, but still it was a good trade. But the TP was not, could have been better. I was just too focused on this flat bottom and together being the 25%. But you know, there was a level below it to be above it to take into account. So yeah, so it was a good move though. But let me see how many points in total from the. It was like 80 total, 85 points. So I think it was still good. It's easy to get like 60, 50 to 60 point move out of it. I think that's a good trade for a London session, right? Mark the fib, by the way, from 6 to 7. You will see something new. Oh, interesting. I love. Hey, listen. I'm a nerd. I love. I can talk algo and these little nitty. I can tape read all day, and if I journal, guys, you don't know. I mark time and I look at a lot of different things. I love it. So you say mark the fib between 6 and 7 o'clock price. And you mean just the range between that's formed between 6 and 7, but you take the fib from that level or you use the fib in that level. So on which time frame should I do that, Avneet? Thank you. I love that you guys um, I'm just guys. I just want to thank you, all of you, for subscribing because I'm looking at the I think I can't remember how much it was, but I think a lot of people have subscribed. I'm really humbled by this. I'm just looking at 275. Are you kidding me? The 5 minute. Okay, let's do it. Is that also one of Kit's secrets? Okay, let's go to yesterday's. Is that? I think that works for gold as well, very well, right? Most likely. 0.6. Okay. So the level between. So it's not the macro. You just use the 6. The range, but do I take the fib from that range or I take the? You want me to do an inside fib? Well, I can share something else with you guys, by the way, that I discovered yesterday. No, I'm telling the price, the whole figure. This is not correct. So this is the 6 to 7 range. Put I put on the fib in between. Well, it still tells you a lot. Telling about price. I don't think I understand. If this is not correct, I don't think I understand what you mean. Oh, you mean, okay, you're talking about the 600 and 700 range from here to, but this is also interesting, but yeah, okay, I got you, Avni. But listen, the 6 to 7 price is quite interesting as well. It's okay, let me see what you mean. It's interesting. You have the breaker and it's exactly in this area that I was marking already. This 5-minute breaker area, and which was in play again today. Um, Interesting. I love these little. Yeah, it's really. I moved a little bit. You know, it's so interesting, and there's so many ways to calculate these things, and then you just focus on one or two of these things. It's just so many things will give you so much insight. You can also. I do know that Kit did. I remember one tweet of Kit that he measured sometimes a macro to give you like a short-term macro, you know, like an outlook for specific moves. But there's so many things you can do. But hey, yeah, I mean, um, I just love these things. But guys, I think this will be it for today because I do think it's going to go lower into this wick here because we're large for our inversion and the fair value gap. So, but you know, it's I guess price action will be slow, even though it's markets are open. So I guess if you want to trade, there are possibilities, but I will be careful. But hey, I've seen days they can make crazy moves. But I think for me, it's going to be it. I'm not going to do any live stream in the in New York session today, but I'll be back tomorrow. And I just want to thank everyone again for supporting, for subscribing. It's really, I mean, I'm just 2.5 months in, and it's just amazing how the community is already building. Yeah, I'm just very humbled how things are going, and I cannot express how much fun. Uh, oh, Zusi toy. Ooh, but is it specifically the from every 00200, or is it just is it specifically that you use the those psychological levels? Because I was just wondering, how do you get to that price? Because if a price can always be manipulated, right? And that's something that Susie says, that price can always be manipulated. So um, because I understand if I use an hourly range, that will be, for me, makes more sense, because that is like, but then I could take, what is my benchmark for the hourly range? Do I use like psychological levels from the price then in that case? But yeah, it's very, every 100 figure, yeah. It's so, I've need all these little things. Thank you for sharing that. I'll definitely look more into that. I just love these things, and I think we need to share everything we discover, to help other people speed up that process, and also, thank you, Paul. It was a pleasure having you here. And hey, Barcelona. Yes, I do trade New York, but not today because of the Veterans Day, and it's going to be slow. And I've been streaming a lot. I've been liking it so much, and because there were so many new people in the chat talking a lot, going over trades, going over setups, going over psychology. So I just have been. I think I had yesterday I did a stream, I think 6 hours, but I didn't even realize it. It just went so fast. And normally I would just either I do the AM or PM session, but I thought, I'll start AM session, and if the price action is good, I'll have a break and I'll do another session. But it just, before I knew it, it was like, what? So yeah, Avni, thank you so much for sharing that, and I hope to see you back, and we'll share some more. I mean, listen, I started Discord as well with the purpose of sharing also outside YouTube hours, so we can collaborate and we can share stuff and go over setups and learn together and study together, whatever. So yeah, it's a work in progress. So if you want to, guys, sign up, or just, it's all free. And I really want to make it like a communication hub also for other content creators, so people can go into one. I really would like to make one hub, one Discord where people can find many content creators, so they don't have to have 10 Discords. That's an idea that I have that I'm playing around with. But yeah, I'm just working out a lot of things, and I just get very inspired by all of you. So, keep your feedback coming, and whatever you, also improvements, because hey, there's always something to improve, right? But yeah, thank you so much, guys. So tomorrow there will be a London session and a New York session as well again. So, but for now, I want to wish everyone a really, really, really a very pleasant Veterans Day. We have to honor all the veterans, I think worldwide, to be honest, not only the veterans in the US, but everywhere. But yeah, so give them a thought. Not good few people do better things. Yeah. So instead, yeah, I think we need to yeah, give the veterans a thought, and even better, help them where you can. Oh yeah, I dodgy. Avni. To be honest, that's why I'm so. I never thought that it would go the way it's going in my how I'm just 2.5 months in, but the people that I have been getting in the chat, it's just um, such a pleasant experience for me, because I'm not a person myself. If I go in someone else's chat, I'm not very vocal. I'm a little bit shy, to be honest. I don't feel like, oh, what do I have to say, or what, I don't really, I'm not. But the chat and the people that have come into my channel, it's just amazing, and it's just very, we have fun, but we're very serious. It's not like weirdos and weird comments. And I have banned only one person. So I've been trading ICT 3 years now, but I've been retail trading altogether 6 years. But I wasn't profitable until ICT. And I had a couple of mentors. Kit was one of them. But I love Kit, don't get me wrong. But I think, and I think he's very knowledgeable. But I just cannot understand what he is one of those genius minds that I just don't understand sometimes. And I told him, listen, I don't know what the fuck you're saying. But I love Kit. He's one of he has he's a mastermind. So wow. See, Evnie, you're one of those young people. We have a few young people. Stephen, we have another youngster here. Hey, I love it because you guys, you learn so fast, and you have not been, infected with. Hold on, I have to check something. Oh no, I just want to make sure the animals were not. It's just I thought there was the animals in distress, but it was just a machine. Um, no, but you guys are so young and you're not infected with that retail bullshit that we older people have been infected with, and we had to sort of like get our brains back to normal. Um, and you started with ICT, and that's amazing because you guys will be very, very. You guys are gonna make it, just like Stephen as well. And we've got SMC Charter. He's also young. We've got Casey, also started like half a year ago. Extremely well. SMC Charter is not that young, but I still consider everything under 30 is very young. So, but anyway, guys, I see you tomorrow. Enjoy the day. Give a thought to all the veterans worldwide. I think they need it, and we have to honor them, right? Freedom doesn't come. Freedom is something that has to be fought for. It doesn't come by doing nothing. But anyway, thank you guys again. I love you, love you, love you, and I'm just really excited for tomorrow to start tomorrow as well because it's just been so exciting. Traded Guppy and 5 EMA for former events. Hey, but the EMAs, they are sort of like still helpful in a way. I mean, I don't sometimes when I change my charts, I have them on. Oh, and then I'm just in a hurry. I just leave them on and like, okay, I understand that they still do a certain job, but hey, nothing wrong with the EMA, but there are better things, right? We know now. Anyway, okay, guys. Again, thank you, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. And enjoy today, and have a lovely, lovely day. Take care. And again, thank you.